You already know the decision you're about to rush. You can feel the pressure to move now, to commit, before the moment passes. What you don't know yet is that the rushing is not the problem. The roots are, and the roots cannot be rushed. Takeshi had spent 3 months preparing the proposal. He had the numbers. He had the plan. He had rehearsed every question. He had a precise answer for each one. On the morning of the meeting, he was ready. The senior elder listened. He nodded. He said very little. Then, when the formal part of the meeting ended, he bowed and left the room without committing to anything. Takeshi stood there, with his careful numbers and nothing to show for any of it. He went back to his mentor. He didn't even engage, Takeshi said. He just left. His mentor was quiet for a long moment. A decision, he said, is not made in the meeting. It is made in the ground beneath it. Takeshi did not understand what this meant. He would. His mentor told him to begin again. Not the proposal, the ground beneath it. Go to each person this concerns, not to persuade them, but to understand what they already carry. Listen before you speak. Learn what the ground looks like before you try to plant anything in it. Takeshi did not want to do this. It felt slow. It felt like delay. Each conversation pulled the actual decision further away, not closer. He visited an elder who never came to formal meetings. A man who repaired fishing nets at the edge of the water. He said almost nothing unless you sat beside him long enough. Takeshi sat. He listened. He learned that this elder had seen 3 proposals like his collapse. Not because they were wrong, because the people who brought them had not understood a certain old arrangement, one that no meeting agenda had ever mentioned. Takeshi adjusted his proposal. He kept going, conversation by conversation. Some took an hour. Some required 3 meetings before the other person said anything real. And then he noticed something that made him uncomfortable. He was changing the proposal every time, not because people were asking him to, because listening was showing him things he had not seen alone. He had planned to propose a new route for the work. The elder with the nets knew something. The old route carried a debt, one no formal record had named. Takeshi rewrote that section that night. In Japan, this practice became known as Nemawashi, going around the roots. The word comes from gardening. When a large tree must be moved, you cannot pull it from the ground. You dig carefully around the root system over weeks. You cut small roots cleanly. You wrap the larger ones. You let the tree adjust to the change before it has to survive it. A tree transplanted this way lives. A tree ripped from the ground dies before it reaches its new location. Nemawashi is not slow because it is cautious. It is slow because it is working. Every quiet conversation is a route being prepared. When the meeting finally came, it lasted less than 20 minutes. The elder who had walked away without speaking attended this time. When the proposal was presented, he said 3 words. This is sound. The room settled. No one asked the questions Takeshi had prepared answers for. Afterward, he found his mentor. He was not relieved. He was unsettled. It was too easy, Takeshi said. His mentor nodded. The meeting was never the decision. Takeshi was quiet. The decision was made 3 weeks ago, beside a fishing net. The meeting was only the ceremony for what the roots had already agreed to. Takeshi walked home alone. The meeting was still running in his mind. Not the part where it went well, but the part where it went quietly. Rushing a decision does not save time. It borrows it. You get the meeting sooner. You spend months repairing what the rushed meeting broke. The ground does not care how ready you feel. It only cares whether the roots were prepared. And when they are, the meeting is the easiest part. Here is how to bring Nemawashi into your own life. 1. Before any important conversation, Go first to those it will affect, not to persuade them, but to sit with them and listen. 2. When you feel the urge to force an outcome, name the one person you have not yet spoken to. Go to them before you go to the meeting. 3. For your next significant decision, give it 1 week of quiet preparation. Not planning, not rehearsing, only listening to the people whose ground you will be planting in. The work begins long before the room fills. What is one decision you have been trying to force rather than prepare for? And who is the one person you have been avoiding before making it? Thank you for being here. Somewhere at the edge of the water, an old man tends his nets in silence, not rushing, not waiting, only making ready what will be needed when the time comes.